Oh, welcome to this Athena Network member interview with Sally Greenwood. Hello, Sally. How are you?
Hello, hi, I'm good, thank you.
Fantastic. So Sally and I did one of these member interviews a little while back. We were just trying to remember when, but it was in a pub, wasn't it?
In real life, in person, yeah,
In
yeah.
person in the Swan at Salford,
Woburn,
wasn't it? We had a little booth and we did our
yeah.
last interview. So let's revisit so the world can find out more about Sally and Andy, who you run the business with.
Mhm.
So Sally's in our Woburn group, and you've been a member now 6 years, but then much longer, probably
Mm.
nearly 10 years in the whole
In the
network as a
network,
whole, haven't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
And we love Sally. So I'm going to jump right in and ask Sally, tell us, because you're with the Western Provident Association, tell us what does your business do and how do you help people? I know because I'm a customer of WPA myself through my husband's work, but tell the world.
Basically, what we do is health insurance. We're self-employed. We run, as you say, we run a franchise, WPA, and we're specialists in health insurance. Who we help, we get basically give people fast access to private health insurance so they can get seen quickly. But that's in really simple terms. I mean, in bigger terms, it's a massive area. Everyone is individual. Everyone has different needs, different wants, what's important to them, different budgets. So how we really help is breaking everything down, talking to people, listening to them, finding out what they want, what they need, and what's the most appropriate solution for them. So that's what we do. Yeah. Mm.
Fantastic. And I guess digging a bit deeper, the WBA provide, it's not just your classic health insurance. You've got cashback plans for
Yeah.
employers who just want to get on the ladder of providing um, a benefit, I guess, to their
Yeah.
staff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the remote GP, which I've used
Yeah.
myself quite a
Yeah,
few
the,
times.
the remote GP has been massively popular, just getting 24/7 access to a remote GP. Some people actually take out the lower cost plans literally just for that benefit. And as you say, with employers, their staff, it's a really low cost benefit to be able to offer, but it's one that is so much appreciated. And when it's difficult to recruit at the moment, it's also a massive
Mm.
help to recruitment. So, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I remember us discussing that actually. It was cleaning firms that I'd been speaking
Mm.
to who had a really hard time getting people
Yeah,
to come and work for them, and
yeah,
actually at the moment. And actually, if they had that thing that no one else has, just
yeah,
even that one little benefit,
yeah,
which just is
absolutely.
not
Yeah.
a huge cost to the business, but it shows
No.
you care, doesn't it? So
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
wonderful.
Yeah.
What's your background? How did you get into this? What led to you
Mm.
starting your
Well, it's
franchise?
my background is actually an accountant, working in large corporates and an internal auditor as well. But it basically all changed when Andy, he'd been working at the BBC for 26 years. He was made redundant. So I managed to get a career break for a year and we just went traveling. And I think it was when we went traveling, we just realized that we wanted to do something different, not staying employed for the rest of our lives. And we didn't kill each other when we were away. So we knew we could work together, which was a bonus. And we actually wanted to work together. So we started looking around. And to cut a long story short, we went to the British Franchise Exhibition. Loads of different franchises we looked at, but WPA were there. And we had both used them in previous work. So we knew they were good. And they were looking for business people, not salespeople at all. It was a whole different ethos. So we talked to them, went backwards and forwards. You got a mentor for the first year. All our compliance is done by them, lots of training, all those sorts of things. And it just seemed to be perfect solution. So that's how we got into it. And that was about 15 years ago, which I cannot believe. I just can't believe we've been doing this 15 years ago. And we still haven't killed each other. So that's it. Yeah.
No, and I know that you're well loved and respected in
Mm.
networking circles as well. I've been in networking groups with Andy and yourself,
Mm.
and anyone who knows you has not a bad word to say about you guys. And I must agree, you never feel sold to with you
Mm.
guys, which is
Thank
key,
you.
isn't it? Because many
Mm.
businesses, larger businesses particularly, um, you do get a sense of the salesperson in the organization, whereas actually it's not about that, is it? It's
No,
about
no.
making connections, making friends, and
Yeah. Yeah,
really
definitely.
focusing on the person's
Yeah.
needs, isn't it?
Mm.
Why did you join Athena way back? Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious because we've discussed that
Mm.
we network, don't we? So, but why did you
Yeah,
join in Athena, and what do you like about it? What's it brought you?
I joined it. I mean, obviously, being self-employed, you are on your own and you're coming out of a big company where you've got loads of contacts, and if anything goes wrong, you've got people to talk to. So it was partly that, and but really, I think I visited. Once you visit a meeting, it's sort of like a. I hate the expression no-brainer, but it sort of is, because you get a whole team of people. They're all enthusiastic. They're all upbeat, all supportive. It's the perfect team. You know, you don't often get that in a normal job. All different businesses as well. So that's why I joined it. With support, training, you're always learning. Every month, someone's doing another 10 minutes, and we've got the sort of like education slots. So you're always learning something new and bouncing ideas off each other, and ups and downs as well. Yeah. Mm.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse my phone beeping away. And what would you, I'm going to throw that question in briefly, quickly, actually, is what tips would you give to someone who's starting their business out while I mute my phone?
I would say listen to other people, but don't get influenced by them, because everyone's reason for doing something is different. One person might want to make millions of pounds, one person might want to deal with nice people, one person might want something else. And I do know when I started out, I got a lot of, well, if you want to make your business work, you should do this, you should do that. And actually, that wasn't the result I wanted. I didn't necessarily want to be making millions of pounds. I wanted to have nice customers. I wanted, you know, a nice feeling about what I did. So just, yeah, I mean, stay true to how you think. Um, and it's very hard when you're new and other people have been around doing things for a long time. But pick who you listen to, because on the other hand, you've got in Athena, you've got a whole range of people that have made mistakes, done lots of things, and they're there to talk to you and give you advice, but not do what you want to do, but take the advice that and listen to it. Sorry, that sounded
Yes.
very garbled, but I know what I mean, you know?
I know what
Um,
you mean as well. Yeah.
mm,
I joined Twitter
mm,
when I started out in business because the thing was you had to be on
yeah,
Twitter. And
yeah,
actually, it wasn't until a marketing person said, why are you on there if you're not?
yeah,
Are your people on there?
mm,
No. Why are you on there then? Well, because everyone said you should be on Twitter.
yeah,
Then, you don't have to do
yeah,
everything everyone says because we'd be completely overwhelmed, wouldn't we?
yeah, absolutely. And then one other thing I would say is maybe outsource if you can early on. And I know when we started out, we were trying to save money and do everything ourselves. And
Yeah.
actually, to have started out outsourcing something might have made our life easier a few years down the line. And I think, again, going to networking, you meet people that can help you out with different things. And you don't have to make a decision straight away, but you'll get to know people and think, actually, that would work or that wouldn't work. So that would be another thing I'd say.
That's a really good point you've made. And also, um, there's a member we both know who said that once she became a member, some of the procurement and some of the suppliers she'd used initially because she just Googled it,
Yeah.
who was local or whatever, she ended up spending way more money than she needed
Yeah.
to. They're large
Yeah.
spaceless corporations, whether it's to develop your website or whatever it is. And actually, had she been in the network, she ended up
Yeah.
saving money switching her
Yeah. Yeah.
providers to people who are in the network and they're sort of more trusted, if you see what I mean,
Yeah.
because you're
Definitely.
face to
Yeah.
face with them, aren't I mean, whether it's
Yeah.
on Zoom or in
Yeah.
person, you're going to see them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brilliant. And so what's next for you? You, Andy, and the business,
Mm.
another 15 years ahead of you.
Well,
What's next?
it's really hard. And when I saw that question, it really makes you think, because a lot of what we do doesn't feel like work. So it's quite a hard
I hear you.
thing. So certainly, like you'll come away from a networking lunch and it has been work, but you've come away, you've had a really enjoyable time. So it's a very fine line between work and not work. Um, I think though we do need to get a better work-life balance, because obviously we both work in the business. And so 7 days a week, we're always really accessible, and we need to try and sort of slow that down a bit. Um, Maybe do some more projects, sort of collaborations, I guess, with people, something different like that. We are going to try and outsource more as well. And in an ideal world, we'd have a third person doing exactly what we do, so that
Right.
it just gives that extra pair of hands that if we're both away, we can both switch off if we want to.
Right.
So,
Okay. That makes sense. And so how can people interact with you? I'm going to tag you on these, but if you can, you'll then add your links and stuff to the comments if that's possible when I
yeah,
do that. But how would you prefer people to reach out to you? And you can just have an informal chat, can't you, about
yeah,
what you do?
absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes people just are confused with health insurance and they just want to understand if it is for them or not.
Yeah.
It may be that they're worried about like pre-existing conditions and think they'll never get cover or things like that. So I'm happy to have a chat and go through what their concerns are and give any advice. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I know personally that your customer service is excellent. I'm with WPA, but it was a corporate contract that wasn't you guys. And you've still, despite not, me not being in your business, I remember when my son went to hospital, you were on the text to me saying, make sure you claim your hotel night, wasn't a hotel, hospital night cashback and the parking and this, that, and the other. And I said, what? But it was on the NHS. And you said, no, no, no. Well, that's what the WPA cashback covers. So I wouldn't have thought to do that if you hadn't texted me to say that. So, and similarly, when I left my corporate job, I'd been with Bupa, and you said that within 6 months of leaving a plan, sometimes you can go back into it. Because I'd made the awful mistake a lot of people make, which is you leave your job, you leave your
Yeah.
insurance, when
Yeah.
actually you should look at continuing it. So
Yeah.
I know what to do next time now. But thank you for being so giving, Sally.
No,
And I
thank
hope
you.
this,
Yeah.
I really find it important for people to hear more about what you guys do, how you're different, being a not for profit organization as well. So I think it's, we know the big names in
Yeah.
health insurance, but
Yeah.
I think you guys need to be an even bigger name now. So
Thank you.
thank you for your time. Thank you everyone for watching. And
Mhm.
if you'd like to visit Sally's group or another of my Athena groups, then just ping me and do get in touch with Sally as well. You'll have a lovely chat, even if you don't end up using health insurance. All right, take care. Thanks so much, Sally. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Okay, bye.